David Webster was not one of the struggle's public figures. He put his energies into helping individuals jailed and tortured by the apartheid state. He organized support groups for their families and campaigned against detention without trial.
And Almighty God in His great mercy has called him to Himself.
As the government detains people, so too do their families join our organization, join the Detainee Parents Support Committee.
On a public holiday morning in 1989, he was assassinated outside his home in Troyville, shot at close range with a shotgun. 6 months later, the chief suspect in the killing, Ferdy Barnard, was himself detained under the Internal Security Act. He was released for lack of evidence. A year after the killing, the Harms Commission failed to get to the bottom of Webster's killing. At least 2 other commissions also failed. At the inquest into the murder, 2.5 years after the fact, Barnard was again the chief suspect. But the judge, unable to negotiate his way through the morass of lies and intimidated witnesses, effectively let Barnard off.
And you can be the best detective in the world. Without the evidence and without the clues, you can be Sherlock Holmes and you will never solve a case. That's unfortunately what happened here. Like any other murder investigation that's unsolved, this thing will go on until the end. It's going to be never ending until they find the truth or never find the truth. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad that it's over for me.
He was right about one thing. The case did come up again. This time it surfaced because of Barnard's own big mouth. The murder of this decent, defenseless man was a shocking act that continued to generate huge interest years after the fact. In the meantime, however, Ferdy Barnard was bragging about it. According to the evidence so far, Barnard used to tell acquaintances that he'd shot David Webster in order to make himself sound like a big man, or he would tell girlfriends about it in order to justify his womanizing. Amor Badenhorst was Barnard's lover for 5 years, and this is what she told the Pretoria High Court this month.
At the time of the inquest, Ferdy was two-timing me with Brenda Milne. I was tired of playing second fiddle. He told me he couldn't make our affair public until after the inquest was over, because Brenda would be angry and she knew too much about Webster. On the day of the inquest verdict, I sat in my car listening to the radio, praying that he would be acquitted.
While she prayed, Barnard, cleared of involvement, was giving a press conference.
Ek dink net dit was miskien 'n baie geskikte politieke speelbal op hierdie stadium. Hierdie saak om dit so uit te byt of dat dit so gebeur soos wat dit tans gebeur het.
He drove from the press conference to her house.